Concourt issues directives in the EFF matter to challenge Phala Phala matter. President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala Phala farm scandal refuses to go away. This comes after the Constitutional Court issues directives in the EFF matter to challenge Parliament's decision in 2022 not to adopt the S89 Panel Report into Ramaphosa's Phala Phala farm crimes. The EFF filed papers in the Concourt to declare the decision taken by the National Assembly not to adopt the Section 89 Independent Panel's report on Phala Phala and not to refer it to the Impeached Committee as irrational and unlawful. In the matter between the EFF as the applicant and the Speaker of the National Assembly, President Cyril Ramaphosa as the third respondent and political parties represented in the National Assembly, the Apex Court said the matter will be heard in court in due time. This comes as the application is set for the Concourt on a date yet to be confirmed by Chief Justice Raymond Zondo. The application is set down for hearing in due course. The application must, on or before Monday, file a paginated report in accordance with Section 20, Subsection 1 and Subsection 2 of these court rules, pertaining only to those portions of the record that are strictly necessary for the determination of the issues, the Chief Justice says in his directives. Judge Zondo has also directed all the parties to submit their written arguments on Friday, July 19th for the applicant and by Friday, July 26th for all the respondents. In 2022, the panel led by Chief Justice Sandile Obo found there was a prima facie case that Ramaphosa may have violated his oath of office in his action regarding the theft of foreign currency from his Limpopo game farm in 2020. Last week, the Star reported that African Transformation Movement ATM believed the Phala Phala report represented what they call a quid pro quo arrangement. ATM President Fuyo Zungula told the Star on Sunday that at the time Public Protector Koleka Chaleka PP was conducting her investigations into the matter, she was in need of Ramaphosa's favor for a promotion for acting Public Protector to a permanent position, while the President needed her to clear his name. Zungula said this as his party sought to get the court to set aside the PP's report, which cleared Ramaphosa from any wrongdoing. He said ATM was confident that the court will ultimately set aside the report. The Public Protector's report appears to deflect blame away from the President, focusing on other people instead. As the ATM, we maintain that the President is guilty of multiple offenses, including violating Section 34, Subsection 1 of PRICA and Section 96, Subsection 2, Subsection A, and 96, Subsection 2 and Subsection B of the Constitution, as well as 2.3, Subsection F of the Executive Ethics Code. The reasoning behind the Public Protector's conclusion is frankly baffling to us, Zungula said. We can no longer ignore this. DEA calls for a proactive approach to tackle KZN's natural disasters. The recent devastating fire in KwaZulu-Natal, which have claimed the lives of 13 people, including firefighters, should serve as a wake-up call for a proactive approach, says Democratic Alliance provincial leader Francois Rogers. Expressing his condolences to the family of the deceased, Rogers said the tragic accident highlights the importance of being better prepared and equipped for such events. We can no longer ignore this. Now, more than ever, it has become imperative that going forward we become a proactive provincial government, he said. At the weekend, Midlands EMS spokesperson Roland Robertson reported that 3 firefighters were battling a blaze in the Boston area, just outside Holwick in the KZN Midlands on Sunday. 3 more died in hospital a short while later. The firefighters were contracted to Formosa Contracting, a contractor to Sapi Forest for firefighting and civil culture services. Sapi Forest Vice President Dwayne Ruthman paid tribute to the people who died in these fires for their heroic efforts that cost them their lives while delivering selfless service to their communities. The devastating effects of wildfires cannot ever be underestimated, and this tragic event underlines the absolute importance for all community members to be vigilant and to take ultimate care at all times in being aware and prepared during fire season, he said. Formosa management ensured that the families of the deceased were noticed and will receive all support that might be required. Sapi will assist where necessary and ensure that Formosa and Sapi staff involved in this operation received trauma counseling. DA vows to oppose Mr. Mzwanele Nehonto's push to scrap Section 25 of the Constitution. The Democratic Alliance DA's Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania PSC leader Minister Mzwanele Nehonto's attempt to amend the constitution to allow expropriation without compensation will defeat the goal of the Government of National Unity (GNU). These comments are counterproductive and contrary to the spirit of the statement of intent that underpins the GNU, it said. This comes after Nyonto told the Daily Maverick that he was made no bones about this plan to push for amendments to the Constitution to address land depossession. According to the publication, Nyonto wants to scrap Section 25 of the Constitution because his party believes it is a stumbling block to resolving the land distribution issue. However, he said the party is not fixated on the expropriation of property without compensation. Nyonto is the new Minister of the Land Reform and Rural Development. The DES says any attempt to reopen this matter would create economic instability, adding that they would strongly oppose it. The DA is committed to defending the Constitution and the Bill of Rights in its entirety. Parliament has already rejected proposals to amend Section 25 of the Constitution, DA said. The party said the claim that Section 25 is a barrier to land reform is not true. This clause, in its current form, makes sufficient provision for just and equitable land reform to proceed, the DS said in a statement. The PS said South Africa needed a rational and pragmatic approach to land reform within the perimeters of the Constitution. Meaningful redress can occur within this framework as we simultaneously stabilize the economy and attract job creation investment, it said. Parties like the Economic Freedom Fighters EFF have been calling for expropriation of land without compensation. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.